Well, that didn't work.
Technical difficulties. So we're
Well,
just gonna jump
anyways,
into it.
worry about that later.
Well, yeah, we'll figure that out later. I keep hitting something on my computer. So, anyways, let's get into it. Welcome to the Mid Podcast's Mid Football Review, episode 2. We will be reviewing 5 college games plus the Michigan game, unfortunately. And we'll review week 2 of the NFL. But we have a new segment this week called Random Questions that I'm just going to ask Brendan. And we're going to get his
Yeah,
answers to them.
yeah.
So, first question: who's the best team that has fans that travel? The Bills or the Steelers?
Pittsburgh. It's Pittsburgh because you see Pittsburgh fans everywhere. And if you go back and watch the week 1 game against Atlanta, you can hear the Let's Go Steelers chants pretty fucking loud on the road. So it's Pittsburgh. They're everywhere. Because you really don't see Buffalo fans outside of Buffalo. Now, if you were to say like Detroit fans, yeah, sure. That Pittsburgh or Detroit, that would be kind of iffy. But no, it's Pittsburgh fans, or hell, even Pittsburgh or Dallas. But no, I don't really see Buffalo fans outside of New York. But you know, that's just me.
I could say, as a Steeler fan and having gone to a Steelers away game that I went to last year before last in Carolina, there were more Steeler fans at Bank of America Stadium than there were Carolina Panther fans.
Well, yeah, because who the fuck's a Panthers fan?
I'm just saying.
Anywho,
So, as a fan, George Kittle was leaving the stadium and or leaving the field, and there were some fans in the stands, and they yelled at him, "I love you, George Kittle." And without missing a beat, George Kittle yells back, "I love you, random citizen."
yeah, that's a George Kittle thing to say.
I really like his personality.
And he's a damn good football player. I have nothing against him.
Okay, those are all the questions or stuff I had for you right now.
So now I guess it's time to get into the college.
Yay!
So we will start with the Michigan game first, where Arkansas State came into Ann Arbor and lost 28-10. And Davis Warren fucking sucks. He is fucking terrible. He is ass. Good thing he's benched for this week because it was announced on Monday that Alex Orji is now taking over starting duties this week against USC at 3:30 in Ann Arbor. But Michigan did get the ground game going, something they struggled with the first 2 games of the season. And I want to say, let's see, they had 301 yards of rushing, and I think all of their touchdowns came on the ground. And Davis Warren, he did go 11 for 14, and his 3 incompletions were all interceptions. So,
Well, that's not good.
no, it's not. But Davis Warren isn't as good as what people thought he would be.
So Davis Warren, in 10 quarters of football, has had 6 INTs. JJ McCarthy, in 60 quarters of football, only had 4. So
Yeah,
how you like
because
that stat?
JJ was a fucking stud.
He also had Connor Stallion. He's giving him plays.
Mm-hmm. We didn't have him for, the college football playoffs last year or all of last year, but people don't want to talk about that.
But as a Michigan fan, I need y'all to relax. You do realize JJ McCarthy threw three picks against Bowling Green, and then they turned out to win the national championship. So trust the plan.
The difference is, if I'm not mistaken, we ended up blowing out Bowling Green anyways. We let now granted our backups were in, but Arkansas State scored 15 unanswered and made this game close. So that is something that should not be happening to Michigan football, is a 10-point game against Arkansas State. Now, if it's a 10-point game against somebody like USC this weekend or Maryland, okay, those are solid football teams. But you let Arkansas State come in and you only beat them by 10. Now, I'm not saying that if we lost, it would have been worse than the App State loss, because at the time, App State was an FCS school, and that loss still fucking gives me nightmares. But no, Michigan needs to get their shit together this week, and if they lose this week, I'm not gonna be happy going into this Ohio State game at the end of the year.
And the Michigan tight end Loveland is still being evaluated.
Oh, if we lose him, we have no offense.
But they're saying that his injury that he sustained in the game was less serious than what they originally thought. So that's a good thing.
Well, that's good. Anywho, that's enough of Michigan football. Let's talk about some other games. Georgia beats Kentucky by 1 because
that was a good game. I watched that game.
Coach made a boneheaded decision. They were at the 50. Actually, no, they were at our Georgia side of the field. It was like 4th and 3, 4th and 4, late in the game. And the motherfucker decides to punt. Late in the game, down by 1.
I seen that.
And the motherfucker decided to send the punt team out. If you don't get it, you don't get it. Oh, well, at least you tried. Punting basically means, oh, here's the ball back. We're not going to win this game.
Well, I mean, yeah, basically.
But Georgia gets the win 13-12. Carson Beck really didn't do anything. The only touchdown of the game was a 1-yard run from, what's the dude's name? Actually, it was a 3-yard run from Branson Robinson, and that was the only touchdown of the game. And I mean, it was pretty even besides Kentucky having 1 turnover. But this was the game that Georgia usually struggles with. Georgia always has that one game where they don't look as good as what we say. Then they end up blowing the fuck out of everybody else. Alabama goes into Madison, beats Wisconsin 42-10, but Wisconsin's quarterback did get hurt, so that might be something. But Jalen Milroe throws for 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns in total. And wait, hold on. Am I a dumbass? Yes, I am. 3 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns, so 5 altogether. There we go. My math is mathing now. But yeah, Wisconsin, they suck. That's all I gotta say about that one.
Do we play Wisconsin this year?
Here's the game that I went to.
Does Michigan play Wisconsin this year?
I don't know. I will have to get back to you on that one. But the game I went to this week was Ole Miss against Wake Forest. And Ole Miss came in and fucked shit up. They win 40-6. And yeah. I was having fun at this game. Because Jackson Dart's a fucking stud. And he's amazing. And we didn't know this at the time. But it was also Wake Forest homecoming weekend.
Well, that's not good. The opposing team comes in on your homecoming and kicks your ass.
Yeah, no, on the drive back, I was like, why would you book a team as good as Ole Miss for your homecoming weekend? You know, could have made it like some random FCS school nobody's ever heard of. Make it Duke, because Duke's not good. But yeah, it was a fun time. I got to see Jackson Dart play football, so I was happy. Missouri survives Boston College by 6. I don't really know. They won 27-21. Didn't really watch that game, but I did keep up with it.
I was going to watch the West Virginia Pitt game, but I ended up going out with your Nana that evening. So.
And the final game we're going to talk about is LSU versus South Carolina, and South Carolina got fucked. South Carolina South Carolina had 2 pick sixes get called back for illegal blocks in the back that weren't illegal blocks in the back. So Brian Kelly survives. When he gets the win. Boo, fuck Brian Kelly. He's a murderer. But yeah. South Carolina should have won this game, but can't help when you also have to play the refs. And also doesn't help that your quarterback gets hurt late in the game, and that kind of throws everything off. But it was a good game. Here we go. Time for the NFL.
Well, before we jump to the NFL, what are your thoughts on Arch Manning having to come in and play?
Fuck Quinn Ewers. That's what I say, because he went to Ohio State, and if you went to Ohio State, fuck you.
Yeah, but do you think Texas is going to win the national championship if Manning ends up playing the rest of the year?
No, because we're at the part of the season where Texas beats everybody by a lot, and then they're gonna get to fucking early November, and they're going to fucking blow it like they always do because it's Texas and horns down. Texas is going to Texas, and no, Texas is not back.
Okay then. So what should we be looking for in this week's college football games? What are your games of the week to be watching in college?
Well, we have Michigan versus USC. Don't know how good of a game this is going to be, but it certainly is a game. Two top 25 Big Ten opponents also play Friday night at 8 o'clock on Fox as Illinois heads to Lincoln, Nebraska to take on the Cornhuskers. That'll be an interesting game. UCLA heads to Baton Rouge to take on LSU. Georgia
Ooh.
Tech heads to Louisville. We have a Big 12 matchup in Stillwater as Utah comes in to face Oklahoma State. And 7:30 on Saturday night, heading to Norman, is Tennessee taking on Oklahoma, and that should be a good game. And yeah, that's about it. It's a few good games this week. Do you think Tennessee is going to blow the fuck out of Oklahoma? But that's just my personal opinion.
Go Rocky Top.
Anywho, NFL time. Well, Thursday night started off with Buffalo and Miami. I think we both got this game wrong. And
yeah, hold on, let me find the we really sucked at picking games. Yes, we both picked Miami to win.
And well, Buffalo wins 31-10. Tua once again gets another concussion, and I think it's time for Tua to hang it up. This is what
Well, let's talk about that. As you see scrolling down the bottom, all the analysts and everybody come on all the talk shows starting on Friday. It was like, oh well, Tua needs to retire. This is what his third concussion.
This is his fourth in 2
Second or
years.
third? Okay, fourth in 2 years. Everybody is telling him he should retire. My take is it's nobody else's decision but Tua's and Tua's family.
And
Once he
you're
gets all the
right.
medical reports back, once he gets all his medical stuff done, and he consults with the doctors, then he needs to sit down and have a talk with his family, and then he needs to go in and have a talk with the Dolphins after he makes his decision, and it be that. It ain't nobody else's decision to say he should retire.
And yeah, you're right, but also third or fourth concussion in under 2 years. You have a family. So if he does play again, I would be scared. Because what if this next concussion just, does it for him? So would you rather be safe or make a decision that not only impacts you, but also your family? Because no matter what, Tua's going to get money. Tua's set for life. So, but you're right, it is nobody's decision but Tua's. Just, I hope he takes care of himself more than anything. But that was the Thursday night game. Let's go into Sunday. Do we have to talk about this game?
What game are we going to talk about first?
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers come into Ford Field and beat the Lions 20-16, and Jared Goff throws 2 picks. But Hutch did have 4.5 sacks.
So the Lions did 56 pass plays and 27 run plays.
Yeah, we can't have Goff throw the ball 57 times.
That is not MCDC football. I thought he was a pound and ground kind of man.
I'm not going to stress too much about this game. I mean, we played Tampa 3 times in the past year, and we beat them the first 2 times. And it's really fucking hard to beat a team 3 times in a row, especially in the NFL. So, I'm not going to worry about it too much. We got Arizona this week. Hopefully we'll bounce back and the offense gets back on track. But the defense, they've looked good. They've looked really damn good. But
I will say I do like this about Dan Campbell. After the game, he said that he asked for improvements from last week, and they improved, and that he was the one that cost them, and that it was 100% his fault.
Yeah, but I don't know. Being in that position at the end of half with no timeouts, the kicking unit should also know that, hey, we're going to have to spike the ball here and not run out on the field. So it was just miscommunication around the whole board. But again, I'm not going to stress about it too much. It's only week 2. Just got to bounce back. And Goff needs to stop turning the ball over. So, anyway,
tell me if you agree. We're still talking about the Lions game. So tell me if you agree with these takes. These were the good takes out of the Lions game from Tampa. Montgomery has been the most consistent player on offense. Barnes is an excellent run defender.
Yeah.
Jameson Williams' speed remains unfair.
Uh-huh.
More defensive line diversity this year with some well-timed stunts to create pressure.
Yeah.
And Jake Bates 5 for 5 to start the year.
Jake Bates is the best kicker in football.
I disagree with that. There's a dude up north across the way named Chris Boswell.
Justin Tucker.
Oh no, I got a stat on Justin Tucker. It's gonna shock you.
Yeah,
so
no,
the bad
Justin
thing
Tucker
coming out of the Lions game. Alim needs to finish plays instead of missing a sack. Jared Goff seems to have fallen back into bad habits.
Okay, the one pick he had should have been called for PI. I don't know why it wasn't called, but you could clearly see that JMO got interfered with. So that first pick, whatever. But that second pick, there was no Lions player near where he threw the ball. So
the gap between center and left guard has been getting exploited.
Not really. We still have the best O-line in football, so whoever said that can shut the fuck up.
Jack Campbell remains a work in progress in pass coverage.
Yeah, because he's a off-the-ball linebacker, not on-the-ball linebacker. There's a difference. There's a reason he's used more in the fucking run defense than he is pass defense. Okay, can we stop talking about the Lions? Hello? You're muted. Do 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 do. Hello.
Hello. It keeps
There we
kicking
go.
me out of my audio.
Anyways, the Lions might have lost, but at least we didn't get blown out by the Saints like Dallas did. New Orleans goes into Jerry's world, and they put up 44 as Dallas only scores 19. Alvin Kamara had 3 touchdowns. Derek Carr threw a touchdown. And holy fuck, did Dallas look bad. Dallas looked really fucking bad.
No, that's how Dallas always looks.
Well, Dallas is already in playoff form, I guess.
See. You think Jerry's having a fit after paying Dak all that money?
Oh yeah.
Or is New Orleans just really that good?
I don't know. Actually, Derek Carr threw 2 touchdowns. So, and one of them was a 70-yard bomb to Rashid Shaheed.
Wait a minute. Did I have something I wanted to say on that game?
That Dallas fucking sucks.
Oh, no. The Saints have scored on every possession season with Derek Carr at quarterback.
Derek Carr for MVP.
I mean, maybe. He keeps playing like that.
Oh, no. Interesting stat. It's a Derek Carr stat. Every time there has been an election, has been the 3 best seasons of his career.
Okay, then.
Yep. Thought you might find that one interesting. Anyways, next up, Indianapolis has the Green Bay, and Malik Willis leads Green Bay to win 16-10. So, I mean, nothing really on this game. I didn't watch it. Congrats to Green Bay, I guess. Still, fuck you.
Why do you hate Green Bay?
You know why I hate Green Bay. Fuck Green Bay. Next up, the Jets headed to Tennessee, and they beat the Titans 24-17, and we have another Will Levis dumbass moment. So, Will Levis, I wouldn't be surprised to see him benched here soon. He keeps playing
maybe.
like the way he does. I can see him being benched.
How did Aaron Rodgers look?
Hopefully fucking terrible. He went 18 for 30,
Well, he's played 2
176
games.
yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Well, he has a short week this week because they got the Thursday night game. So in 2 games, he's done well. He's played more than he's played last year.
His last throw as a Green Bay Packer was to Kirby Joseph. Anywho, moving on from talking about that fuckface. Minnesota gets an upset win over the 49ers. But San Francisco does lose Deebo Samuel for a few weeks. So that's not entirely too good for San Francisco.
And McCaffrey's on IR too, right?
Uh-huh.
Mm.
So
Their division ain't that tough though.
but we will see.
The NFC West ain't that tough though, so they'll probably still pull it out.
I don't know. Seattle's 2-0. And Arizona is kind of looking decent. But anyways, Seattle sneaks out a win in overtime against New England. That game finished 23-20. I don't have much on that game. This game was interesting.
Yeah.
Washington beats the Giants 21-18, only with field goals.
Well, Washington and Giants always play each other tough. Like every team in that division plays each other tough. So like if you think one team's gonna win, it's usually an upset. And go Redskins. I'm not calling them the commies. They're the Redskins. They are the Washington Redskins, damn it.
They're actually the Commanders, so get it right.
No.
Or just say Washington.
Next game.
The Chargers blow out Carolina. Bryce Young's getting benched.
All right, so let's talk about this. Well, basically, let's talk about the Panthers. Your thoughts on them benching Bryce Young, giving that in his Panther career, he's only 2-17.
How much of this is on the owner though, and not giving a fuck about his football team?
Well, nobody says the owner is the smartest person in the field. And what about this? Both Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold played for Carolina, and since they have left Carolina, they have combined for 46 touchdowns and 14 interceptions.
Carolina's the new hell. Carolina is basically the new Lions.
Basically. And the crazy thing is Carolina traded Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore, and Brian Burns in the prime of their career, and in those deals gave up more first round picks than they received in return. And all three players were 26 or younger when they got traded from Carolina.
Yep. Nice one, Carolina. You really won the trades on those.
But I will say, everybody bitching about, oh, well, it's not Bryce's fault. Bryce sucks, basically. It's not his O-line's fault because the O-line is pretty decent because he faced pressure on only 4 of his 29 dropbacks this week, which was the lowest rate among all starting quarterbacks. So you can't say it was the O-line in Carolina.
Well, Carolina's
And
just Carolina.
Bryce Young came out and said that he was shocked that the team decided to bench him. Have you not seen how you played?
Well, it'll be
I mean, granted the team sucks. And I've hated Carolina since I came to the league, even though I live in Carolina. But yeah, babe, you ain't playing good, and you don't really seem to want to improve.
yeah. Yeah. Anyways, that's enough making fun of Carolina for now. Till next week. Cleveland goes down to Trevor Banks Stadium and wins 18-13.
Can I go on a rant?
Is it about the Jaguars?
It is about the Jaguars.
You have the floor, man.
I needed you motherfuckers to do one goddamn thing. That is to fucking beat Cleveland so my Steelers can have full control of the AFC North. You couldn't even do that one fucking thing for me.
Well, okay, hold on.
You fucking suck. Trevor's overpaid. Your fucking O-line sucks. Your fucking defense sucks. Sell the fucking team. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, TK. Well, also
Then I'm gonna
Pittsburgh
get
does.
into what I have to say about Jacksonville. Go ahead.
Pittsburgh does have full control of the division since they are the only 2-0 team.
But a Cleveland loss is always great. It's Cleveland. They suck.
Well,
I feel about Cleveland how you feel about Green Bay.
well, I'm not disagreeing.
Cleveland, the
with
mistake
that.
by the lake.
Cleveland is the mistake. Ohio's just a mistake. But Deshaun Watson got a touchdown. Speaking of Deshaun Watson,
He might be in some trouble. We'll put it that way.
Again.
Yeah.
But what do you have to say about Jacksonville?
So Travis Etienne came out and said that we need hard workers, not talented guys.
Uh-oh, I smell the locker room being divided.
And since week 13 of last season, the fucking Jaguars are 1-7. That is tied with the goddamn fucking Carolina Panthers for worst record in the league from that time span. Do you want to be in the same conversation as the fucking Carolina Panthers, Jacksonville?
Hold on. Wasn't that when they fucked with the terrible towel?
Since they fuck with a terrible towel, y'all got karma. So I'm going to have to be like D-Butt, and I'm going to have to relegate Jacksonville and find another team to root for.
I smell bandwagon. No, I'm kidding.
No, I'm a Steelers fan through and through.
Anyways, next up, Vegas gets an upset win over Baltimore. Baltimore falls to 0-2. Vegas jumps up to 1-1. Final score was 26-23.
And your great kicker, Justin Tucker, is 0 for 2 on 50-plus yard field goals, while the rest of the NFL is 35 for 37.
Yeah.
So much for him being Mr. Automatic.
Justin Tucker might be washed. It might be time for him to hang it up. But yeah, Vegas is going to be a tough team, I feel like, this year, just because of the way they play. Because who's their head coach? Antonio Pierce?
Yes. Oh, wait a minute. One more thing to say about the Jacksonville game. Did I miss? The Jacksonville offense has lost the first 2 games of the season, 17 points to 13 points, which to me tells me this team has no fucking identity.
Welcome to Doug Peterson football. Anyways. But Vegas has some good players on that team. And
Vegas might be the sleeper of the NFL.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that.
I might could see them sneaking into playoffs.
They could. But also, they're going to have to get through the Chargers.
I mean, it's the Chargers. The Chargers suck.
Yeah, but also they got Jim Harbaugh. So I would kind of
It
like
don't
to see
matter.
them do
They could
well.
have Jesus Christ Superstar.
I would kind of like to see the Chargers do well for Jimbo, okay? Anyways, next up, Arizona just fucked up the Rams this week. Like, the Rams didn't show up.
No, they made Murray look like a all-star quarterback.
Marvin Harrison Jr. on 4 receptions went for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns, telling the NFL, hey, motherfuckers, I am here.
I mean, should he not? I mean, his dad was a great receiver. So it's like in his DNA.
The Rams do lose another offensive weapon in Cooper Kupp, who will be out for a few weeks, along with Puka Nacua. The Rams team's dropping like flies.
That kind of sucks.
And depending where we are at, I know we're only in week 3, but the trade deadline's only 6 weeks away, 5 weeks away, and it'll be here before you know it. If the Rams can't turn the ship around, and if a team needs a quarterback, do you think the Rams would give up Stafford for the right price?
Probably.
And find out next week on what we think that price would be.
Miami.
Find out next week what we think Matthew Stafford the Miami trade would look like, because I can work on something. Kyler Murray does get his jersey sent to Canton,
The Hall of Fame. I've seen that.
because I think he was only the second quarterback to throw for like 250 yards and rush for however many yards he did. So that's cool. Cool to see Kyler play good football again. But the Steelers.
The Kings of the North.
Their defense gets them another win.
TJ.
They did almost blow it there in the 4th. But
Okay. Since you brought that up about them almost blowing it, an unofficial stat. The Steelers lead the NFL in eye-popping plays wiped out by penalties.
Huh.
So, the refs had it in for the Steelers. They've always had it in for the Steelers.
Oh, kind of like how they've always had it in for the Lions?
No, they've only screwed y'all twice. Pittsburgh has started on the road for their first 2 games of the year, and in 8 quarters, they've only allowed 16 points, and they have the best defense in the entire league.
Justin Fields does get his first touchdown as a Pittsburgh Steeler. Also,
speaking of Justin Fields, do you know that him and Josh Allen from Buffalo are the only quarterbacks that are 2-0 without a turnover?
do you think Fields should be the starter full time now? Should Fields be named QB1?
Yes, until he proves otherwise. This way, Wilson has enough time to heal, take his time. He ain't got to feel like he's rushed back. See, that was the problem with Ben. When Ben got injured, Ben always felt like, I've got to hurry up and get back because we kind of suck at backup quarterback. I mean, granted, I've always liked Mason. I've liked Leftwich. We've had some decent backups, but Ben always thought he was the man, so he always had to rush back when he got injured. Then on top of it, he'd get re-injured, and then we would be fucked. So this way, Russell, take your time. They have coordinated this offense around Justin Fields' strengths. I mean, if Matt Canada was still the OC, Justin Fields would be eating grass out of his ass.
Probably.
Just saying. Like, he would be eating turf pretty much the whole game. But Artie Smith has coordinated offense around what Justin's strengths are, which has kept the Steelers in the game, along with that great defense. So yeah, I think Russell can take his time, and until Justin Fields proves otherwise, then yeah, he should be Q1.
And next up, the Kansas City refs. I mean,
not that with stuff about my Steelers. I got more stats on my Steelers.
Okay.
Chris Boswell has the highest career 50-plus yard field goal percentage since 1991 at 82.5. And also, let's talk about our defensive player of the year, which
Aiden Hutchinson
should happen this year. TJ Watt, because he gets overlooked, and I don't know why, but fuck stats don't lie. But I feel like TJ is approaching Chuck Norris status, where just the faintest touch from him is enough for the quarterbacks to sack themselves.
You want to know an interesting stat? Aiden Hutchinson has more sacks than 18 teams.
Nice. Oh, there was something I was going to talk about the Ravens game. We'll do it at the end.
But yeah, that's the Pittsburgh game. Next up, the Kansas City Chiefs. Win 26
You had
to
it right
25 with a fuck Harrison Butker game-winning field goal from 51 yards after a bullshit penalty on Cincinnati. And it's another game in Arrowhead that the refs have to bail out Patrick Mahomes. Well, because it's the fucking NFL and they love the Chiefs. And that's all I'm saying on that. That is all I am saying on that.
Patrick Mahomes has thrown 17 interceptions that have been called back due to defensive penalties, which is the most in the NFL since 2018.
Damn.
So there's that.
No, those jerseys are not cool. Those jerseys are ugly.
Next.
Houston survives Chicago 19-13. CJ Stroud does throw a touchdown, and Caleb Williams is still struggling.
Well, it is what it is.
Before Wednesday Night Dynamite starts at 8 p.m. tonight on TBS, NFL Films presents a day in the life of AEW GM and CEO Tony Khan during a day of the NFL Draft and AEW Collision that evening tonight at 7:30 Eastern on FS1. Tony's in the neck brace!
Oh, Lord.
I know what you're going to be watching at 7:30.
I'll not be watching nothing at 7:30.
You're going to be watching this thing about Tony Khan.
I would never watch something.
And the Monday night game, Atlanta wins 22-21 as Kirk Cousins leads a game-winning drive, and then Jalen Hurts throws a pick. And yeah.
Anyhow, out of the games that we picked, you got 5 right. and I got 5 right. We suck.
There was a lot of upsets this week.
Mm-hmm. So
But
going back to the Baltimore game, I have a question. So the call that changed the game in the Baltimore Vegas game, do you think that the game got overshadowed by referees wanting to be the main focus of the game?
it happens a lot. So, it wouldn't surprise me. Anyways, time to make picks for week numero 3.
I think I just need to get a notebook to write this down because I'm running out of room in my little thing. I know what? I have a computer. Why don't I use a Word document, right?
Yeah, that would help.
Then we could just keep with it, and then at the end of the season, we could see how terrible we were. Let's do this. Because I'm not good at making these games. These games suck. Teams I need to win don't win. Jacksonville. You got the schedule up?
Yeah. Anyway, starting Thursday night this week, we have New England going to New Jersey to take on the New York Jets. The Jets are going to win this game.
Are you sure about that?
Probably not, but give me the Jets anyways.
And who are they taking on?
New England.
Where are they playing at?
New Jersey.
I'm taking New England.
Then to kick off our 1:00 games, we have the New York Giants taking on Cleveland in Cleveland. Daniel Jones sucks, so give me Cleveland. Their defense will win them this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Cleveland. They're playing in the Mistake by the Lake.
Green Bay heads to Nashville to take on Tennessee. Give me Green Bay. I think that, again, their defense is going to play a factor and make Will Levis' life a living hell.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Green Bay because Tennessee hasn't done nothing to impress me.
Chicago heads to Lucas Oil to take on Indianapolis. Give me Chicago because I think their defense is going to make Anthony Richardson's life a living hell.
We're playing in Indy. I'm gonna take Indy. I have faith in Richardson.
Houston has the Minnesota to take on the Vikings, and give me Houston because I think Minnesota's frauds.
Yeah, give me Houston until they prove me wrong. CJ Stroud looks like to be the real deal.
Yeah. Philly heads to the Superdome. They take on the Saints.
I'm going to New Orleans.
I think it's going to be a bounce back game for Philly. I think this game might expose the Saints. So give me Philly.
Philly's coach seems like a dumbass. I think he makes stupid calls. I'm going to New Orleans.
Next up, we have the Chargers of Los Angeles taking on the Steelers.
Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. You know who I'm taking.
Give me the Chargers.
Fuck you, traitor.
No.
Go live with Bobby, you traitor.
Now, I just think Herbert is going to play good, and this is Pittsburgh's first real test.
Herbert is scared of one TJ Watt and one Alex Highsmith.
Yeah, but also you're facing Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa. Or is it Nick? No, Joey's the one in LA.
Nick's hurt.
Then Denver heads to Tampa Bay. Give me the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take Tampa too. Tampa 2. That's the name of a defense.
Carolina heads to Vegas. Give me Vegas. Miami plays Seattle. Give me Seattle because Miami doesn't have a quarterback.
They're starting their backup, Skyler.
Yeah, give me Seattle.
I'm gonna take Seattle too. I'm gonna take Vegas in that other game. I don't know if I said that.
Well, it's Vegas. It's a guarantee win for them.
Watch fucking Carolina beat them though.
Watch Andy Dalton come out and throw for like 6 touchdowns.
That would be funny as hell. Even though I kind of deep down in my heart want Carolina to go 0 and whatever.
0-17.
Like I don't want them to win a game all season. Just so I hear all the fans around here have a mental breakdown.
Baltimore heads to Jerry's World to take on the Cowboys.
Crack wagon? Oh, that was
Yep.
in the 90s. My bad.
And,
I really need the crack wagon to win, but I'm gonna take Baltimore.
Go Ravens. Detroit heads to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. Give me Detroit. It's a bounce back week. It's time for the Lions to get their shit together.
I was impressed by the Cardinals this week, so I'm kind of torn on who to pick. Because I can see this being a bounce back for the Lions, like they just go in there and steamroll them.
And it doesn't matter what, we just always seem to have Arizona's number. Like, even when we had Matt Patricia, when we would play Arizona, we would beat Arizona with Matt Patricia as the head coach.
I'm going to take the Lions.
San Francisco heads down to Inglewood to take on the Rams. Give me San Francisco. The Rams are just too depleted on offense. And I think Stafford is going to have a shit game.
I'm going to go 49ers.
Then the Sunday night game. The Kansas City Refs head down to Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Give me Kansas City.
Can the Dirty Birds, like, really beat Kansas City?
I wish, but, you know.
Well, yeah, I'm going to take Kansas City because, you know, the Kansas Refs always win.
Then we have 2 Monday night games this week with Jacksonville heading up north to Buffalo to take on the Bills, so give me Buffalo.
Oh, yeah, they're not beating Buffalo. I'm taking the Bills.
Then, starting at 8:15 that night on ABC, Washington heads to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. Cincinnati needs to get their shit together, so give me Washington.
Wow, you're taking the Redskins?
I am taking the Commies.
The Redskins?
The Commies.
I'm taking the Bengals. No, I've done told you they will always be the Washington Redskins to me.
They're the Commies. But anyways, that's it from NFL and college football this week.
It's the mid-podcast, mid-football. Yay. We apologize it being a day late. Normally we do this on Tuesday, but little dude up there got sick.
Yep. I was sick yesterday. So, my bad. I'll just tell my body to like not get sick again.
So we had to keep pushing it back, so we had to push it back to today. But it is what it is.
Yep.
As Mike Tomlin said about something with hot dogs.
But that's it from us. I don't have nothing else to add.
Oh, I need to save that. I don't either. Hopefully we have some good college games. We have some NFL games.
And well, now I'm gonna go stress out about the Tigers. Because
yeah, how about them Tigers?
The Tigers are 1.5 game back from the final spot in the AL wild card, and we have 10 games left. And fuck!
What was that for?
Because I'm nervous. That's why. I finally get meaningful baseball in September.
Cool.
But anyways, bye people.
Bye people. Maybe later. See you next Tuesday. Right? Next Tuesday's
Yep.
our normal day. All right.
Yep.
Well,
We'll
with
be back
that, we'll be back on Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of your week.